What's happening, family? Dark Side Afrocentric checking back in. This is somewhat kind of like a part two to the video I just uploaded about Baba Jalil Munta King coming back home after being down for over 40 years. Really over 50 years. For being down over 50 years, man. You know, for his sacrifice to the cause of African liberation, new African freedom, new African independence. You did. And in that video, I briefly addressed the issues between ADOS and FBA and the older reparations advocacy establishment, particularly in COBRA. And a lot of what I see, now let me say this, I don't condone in COBRA, members of in the COBRA or the PGRNA, of course we're going to have debates and disagreements, but as a person who's plugged into those formations, I don't speak on behalf of those formations. I'm not their spokesperson, but as someone who's connected to those formations in more ways than one, I don't agree with in COBRA or PGRNA attacking or dissing ADOS and FBA advocates or what have you. But from what I'm seeing, I may be wrong. Certain people with ADOS and FBA, they started kind of throwing shots first. But, it was, how shit starts, man. Jokers put something out there, put some criticism out there, and then it takes a life. But one thing I gotta tell y'all, man, y'all ADOS and FBA brothers and sisters, man, y'all owe a debt to NCOBRA, and therefore you owe a debt to the New African Independence Movement, whether it be NAPO, NAPO, Malcolm X Grassroots, and definitely the PGRNA, the government. They the ones who bought NCOBRA into manifest as a way to get mainstream brothers and sisters who may not been too crazy about or being too aesthetic about joining the New African, any of the New African, the explicitly New African formations with New African in their names, but still wanted to fight for reparations. But you know how it go. Most of the people who were in COBRA were also members of the New African government, the New African nation, or some kind of other New African centered formation. But ADOS and FBA, man, y'all owe them ancestors and them elders. Y'all owe them a big debt, bro. And COBRA started in '87. The government was brought into manifest in, I think, '68, I believe. The Republic of New Africa. Their declaration with Amari Obadeli and Gaidi Obadeli. Group was formerly known as the Malcolm X Society. They put in a lot of fucking work, man. They put in a lot of work. I'm talking about jokers died, man. Jokers, and with the New the BLA and certain Black Panthers connected with this New African thing. Man, a lot of blood was spilled, a lot of brothers locked down, a lot of brothers and sisters in exile can't come back to the United States. You did, hands off of Mama Asada. You did what I'm saying. Brothers are dead, murdered. Murders will never be solved. You understand me? A lot of people lost their livelihoods. They could have retired with six figures, but now many of them barely are living hand to mouth because of this, man. And y'all gotta realize, y'all saying NCOBRA never got shit done. Y'all gotta realize NCOBRA was out here, PGA and RNA was out here before social media with this shit. Y'all gotta realize that. And they were making great strides. They were dealing with Congress. They kept reparations on some kind of national platform, on some kind of international platform. They were going to the UN. They went to the UN multiple times. You understand me? You see, they built the foundation. So y'all dissing them, it's like, you know, this is some construction going on. We building an apartment complex. You know, we cleared the land. You know, we put up the frames of the apartment units, but for some reason, the plug got pulled under us by the city or whoever. And then the city felt bad about doing that, and then y'all came and got the contract and started finishing where we left off, but then turn around and say, oh, we didn't do shit. No, when we laid the foundation. That's basically how it is when ADOS or FBA this in COBRA or the PGRNA, man. I mean, man, it's blood behind this shit, home. Y'all can't just be talking out the mouth like that. I understand you got a lot of people from in COBRA, and this video is a two-part. This ain't just shitting on ADOS. Well, I ain't shitting on ADOS FBA at all. It ain't just calling y'all out. I mean, I gotta talk to my own people in COBRA, PGRNA. We gotta do more. We gotta be more in the community, man. We gotta be more with the youth. And it's been a lot of people who've been trying it, but we gotta do it a different way. And we gotta commend, at the very least, ADOS and FBA for, man, giving a hell of a kick to the reparations conversation. A hell of a kick. But at the same time, man, y'all gotta respect y'all elders, ADOS and FBA. You know what I'm saying? Y'all came on a foundation. Y'all building a house on a foundation and a frame that had already been there. And then too, it's the time we in. The white liberals are really, they still don't give a fuck about African people, but they are really trying to make sure that they keep Africans tied to their Democratic plantation. Even the Republicans are doing more to attract Africans to their Republican plantation. None of this shit is for us, but y'all, most of y'all already know that. So because of that, they're doing things like what Gavin Newsom done with talking about putting a team together. And I'm going to make a whole separate other video there, because I feel like that shit going to go into the same way of the Voting Rights Act and affirmative action, where at the end of the day, it ain't going to do anything. It might, a lot of blacks going to benefit from it, but it ain't going to do anything systemic for African people. But y'all know me, I push black patriarchy and rulership and African domination. So, y'all already know how I'm going. I'm on some whole other, but this ain't about me though. This ain't about me. Look at this poster right here, man. This is a classic, man. New African Freedom Fighters. That brother right there, Baba Sundiata, I think he's a political prisoner to this day. These are the people, man. Amari Obadeli, Gaidi Obadeli, the late, can't forget the great, the people's attorney Chokwe Antar Lumumba. Can't forget Queen Mother Moore, and all those brothers and sisters, man, who elders, ancestors, political prisoners, martyrs, who put this shit down, man. It's blood behind this shit, man. People died. People, a lot of white racist police officers had to be, get up out of here for this thing to manifest, man. You know what I'm saying? For this thing to manifest. But like I say, this is a, respect is a two-way street. In COBRA and PGRNA, I understand, because I have a problem with the anti-African, and I not trying to call y'all out. Y'all trying to, y'all kind of go. Now, truth be told, a lot of the African and Caribbean immigrants who come over here, they ain't down with African Americans, but a lot of them are. And a lot of them understand. And then it's an international piece attached to this. We got a lot of brothers and sisters in the African diaspora outside of America, especially on the motherland, who riding with us. And who are riding with us. And when you saying fuck them and they ain't shit, y'all heard a lot of diplomatic, progress, between and you get into that tribalism, because at the end of the day, I'm gonna just say this, ADOS and the FBA, nationhood and sovereignty is the real solution. Tangibles is an immediate relief mechanism. That's just immediate relief, but the long term, the permanent solution is sovereignty and the nation of our own. And I'm gonna leave it right there. But I respect ADOS and FBA, brothers and sisters who rock with that. I respect the consciousness is bringing. With brothers and sisters not fucking with the Democrats and all the Republicans, but whoever, so there are a lot of things I like about it, but sometimes, shit be going separate ways. The leadership, I mean, I fuck with Tyreek Nasheed, Tone Talks alright, Yvette Carnell. Y'all know me, man. I'm patriarchal, bro. I'm a masculinist, So you know where I'm going with that, man. But she made some good points. I give props. She made some good points, man. But really, like I always say, man, it just, it got to be respect on two-way street. In COBRA and PGRNA, they have kind of become reclusive in their own bubble as far as just dealing with those who claim who are about New African. But then they it's a nation. It's a stateless nation, man. But at the same time, numbers are always good, and we need to get more people involved and really become an institution. If we become an institution in these communities, we can really become a nation. So we can't get mad at groups like formations like ADOS or FBA popping up in this social media time for capturing a lot of the young and mainstream, New Africans or African American descendants. You feel me? But ADOS and FBA, remember, man, y'all owe in COBRA and PGRNA a debt, because without them, there is no ADOS, there is no FBA, and a lot of the progress you are making is really because white people, the white people who got juice in this bitch, they seeing how much your vote and how much our vote and I guess our servitude really, I mean, is to them. So they throwing little crumbs, they doing little stunts to keep us satiated. Whereas in the 80s, when in COBRA the organization kicked off, this was just 20 years. It was just over 20 years after the civil rights movement. So motherfuckers was still integrationist minded. Motherfuckers wasn't trying to be on no reparations. They weren't trying to irritate white folks like that. So in COBRA really put themselves at risk, both personally and professionally, pursuing this topic, because a lot of Afro-descended people wasn't trying to hear their reparations. In the 80s, man, a lot of people were trying to get in to really, really make this integration thing work. It was crack. It was all, motherfuckers was just fully capitalistic. They weren't trying to, nobody was really trying to do anything. But in COBRA. So in COBRA been holding it down for a long time with fierce opposition. And they managed to get a lot of things done. They got in tune with certain congressmen, representatives, and senators. They got into Washington. They had panels and discussions. They went to the UN on some human rights violations type business. So ADOS and FBA, man, you gotta respect that and you gotta honor that, man. Know the history. I know you get into it with certain people on Twitter and Facebook and different things like that, and it seems like that's the end of it. But it's really more. It's really more than that. Don't just get so caught up in your argument with one individual to not understand. But respect is a two-way street. I mean, so if someone come at you with disrespect, you're gonna respond likewise. And that's why I say in COBRA, PGRNA, the ball was dropped a little bit as far as staying relevant with the more mainstream African American community with black professionals and black millennials who are making up the bulk of this ADOS FBA move. So you can't get mad for them getting with something new and relevant that's to their generation. So you know, the blacks who were born in the '70s to up until now, it resonates with us. A lot of times, let's just be real, the African centered thing, the new African identity, it seems a little bit too radical. I mean, I love it. I push this shit. I die for this shit. I ride for it. But a lot of African people, Afro descendant people, man, they don't see the value in it. It ain't, it seems like, it's too radical, too extreme for them. So we got to find ways to bridge that gap with our brothers who are more mainstream, who are more in the mainstream, who are more, I guess, I don't mean to throw no shade, who are more into the American identity than the African identity. We got to find ways to bridge that gap. But I spoken this long enough, man. That's the end of this. I'm going to be talking about it some more, though, man. Free the land, by any means necessary. I'm a new African citizen for life. I ride for that. I got love and respect for many brothers and sisters who are ADOS and FBA. I'm not against tribalism, but I'm with a progressive and proactive tribalism, and that's where we kind of split on that. But other than that, man, in COBRA, PGRNA, ADOS, FBA, let's find some mutual ground so we can win this together instead of throwing shots at each other and showing division. Because ADOS and FBA, the leadership doesn't get along. They at odds. They beefing. There are internal beefs on my side with the COBRA and PGRNA. You got a lot of new Africans who don't rock with the government. That is PGRNA. So we need to find ways to open dialogue and fix our own houses so we can become a family and a community and we can win this together. Peace and black power, free the land by all means necessary.